Hey guys, sorry, we're back up. We're back up. All that excitement.
Sorry about that. We kind of have hit the capacity of not only people but time as well, because we are getting definite depths of the episode. That was so intense and so full on. I don't know about you, but I think I bit some of my nails. We kind of ended things.
We're just still taking in that battle.
With the no words needed, just the hand lift.
Yeah, and we were saying that you thought that fight was better than the wildling
on the
and
wall.
The the wildlings and on the wall. I can't talk. Which I think again is because it was more surprising. You didn't know what was going to happen. Who are these people? What can they do? That's why I
just think that the bag of dragon glass, which is like honestly the only thing that they need, that is the key to survive, to winning and to destroying these creatures. We have no idea where it went.
I think that the giant got it.
Okay, I've got a question here from Mark and Townsend at the Grey Bomb, who said, why is it, this is a question of the week, and get your questions in as well. Either tweet all of us, use that hashtag The Night is Dark, or comment in the live stream chat. He says, why do all giants look like Liam Neeson?
That's a good one.
I need to look at his face more to see if he actually does.
Daniel
look like
Delgado says the 400-foot wall finally makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, that is, yep, definitely.
Yeah. Well,
Definitely.
you're like, even if they pile on top of each other.
Yeah.
James Burley said Jon Snow and the White King were just looking at each other saying, we'll meet again.
Yeah.
So true.
They do that a lot of times in these like epic battle shows where it's like on Vikings, they've done it before. Where it's like, okay, the leader of the one side just looks at the other one and you're like, how do they even really see each other? But this fight, I was like, they actually are still pretty close to the shore.
No one in the boat was rowing.
I was yelling that. I'm like, row, get away from me.
I thought too,
row your boat away from the Night's King. Merrily, merrily, merrily get out
You
of
don't
that
want to
thing.
die.
Yeah.
When he lifted his arms up too, I thought he was going to do this to like make them go after them.
Same. I always have this theory with zombie apocalypses. You know, if everyone's like, go to an island, it's like, well, if zombies are dead, can't they just walk on the bottom of the ocean?
They would be able to.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
It would take a long time. It would still take them a long time.
Stephen brings up a very, very good point. At Stephen O says stuff. He says, as soon as the giants start turning into walkers, it's game over Westeros. That's a good point. That's what I was thinking. Is like, is this?
Yeah.
But they have to kill the giant, which I'm like, every time he had like 5 whites on him, and he'd be like, meh, whatever, no big deal.
Yeah. Rachel asked, did anyone think Dolores Ed was a goner? And I was happy to see him at the end of the episode. I thought he died next to the giant, trying to get the dragon glass or protect it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I want to pose a question, and Stephen's saying it as well. What a payoff. I guess 7 episodes of setup was worth it after all. I do feel a lot of these things are happening because the setup. We have Dany and Tyrion in the same room together, Cersei in a cell, like these big things, especially this battle, the first time we've seen White Walkers. I have to ask you guys, use that hashtag The Night is Dark or tweet all of us. Do you think that 7 episodes, do you think that they were as a little bit disappointing as I do in comparison to this episode at least? Do you think the setup is worth it for now? We've got 2 episodes left.
But if you had episodes like this one throughout the entire season,
you got to pace.
Yeah, I feel like I would just be like, it wouldn't have as much of a payoff as this does, because now that I've seen everything that's going on everywhere else, this is the first time for me also that the episode ended, I was like, everyone everywhere else has no idea this is happening. Like,
right.
This is coming to them and they have no clue.
I just think 8 episodes is a long time to wait to kind of have a wow moment.
Well, but Cersei getting put in prison, that was a whoa moment for me.
Did I yell out?
I did.
No,
I was like, ah!
Again.
I think I was...
Again, I think season 1 obviously is probably the best season this far. Not probably. I don't think anyone would disagree that's been the best season because it's so new and fresh, and you were learning this thing.
Idea.
There were so many things, and then episode 9 comes.
We knew nothing, Jon Snow.
We knew nothing, and then season 2 comes, and I'm sorry. I remember people going, "It's not as good. It's a little boring." And then you get the Battle of Blackwater, which was awesome and a great episode of some great moments. I go back and watch that season, and I love it more than I love season 3, or I remembered liking season 2. This might have that. Sometimes you have to go back and take a look at things again.
I will totally stick by what I've said this whole season. Every episode, I go, this is my favorite episode of the season. This is my favorite episode of the season, because they do keep building. And I do think that I love the fact that you can't predict what episode each season is going to have the main event. For most shows, you're like, the season finale is going to be massive. The fact that we had such a massive fight and we still have 2 more episodes, that's a lot.
What's going to happen
next? We still have
next?
a lot to have happen. Plus, I think this show, too, and a lot of shows that have been coming out now where it's like you do rewatch it and you watch them all together and it's going to feel like it's so much faster paced than what you expected.
Mike Murphy brings up a good point. He says, I don't even care about the other stories anymore. Just get Khaleesi to the wall. He wants to go all the way to the
dragons.
Our guess, what everyone guesses the end will be.
You said it. When that sweeping shot at the end where the boat was leaving and you saw all those people, so you're like, you know what we need? 3 dragons?
Yeah. Just to burn them. Just burn
swooping fire. Because fire is like the next best thing to dragon
and
glass.
that was the other thing too that I thought when the giant had he had the stick from the fence and was on fire, I thought he was going to burn them. And I was like, if someone had something to like shoot fire onto them, that maybe it would help.
If only there was like a flying fire-breathing thing.
A dragon.
Yeah.
Controlled by someone who knows how to warg.
Yeah.
Who will fly. I was very happy that the giant is clearly, as we saw in the previews, he walked back all the way in the ocean, or probably got on a bigger ship, but I like that he survived. I thought he was going to go out in a blaze of glory.
Who was that, sorry?
The giant. I thought he was going to be like,
Did he get on a ship?
No, he just walked into the water. He
That
just
was kind
kept
of weird,
going.
wasn't it?
He can't get on those ships.
He can't get on the little boat.
Has he got like really good pull and is just going to swim there?
You got to.
I think he was making his way to the bigger ships, but I thought he was going to go out and taking that stick with that giant tree with fire and kind of, rah, 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 and I'll hold it for you. But I'm glad he gets to survive.
I have a particular set of skills.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Liam Neeson giant.
Yeah.
Now every time I see it, I'm going to think Liam Neeson giant. No.
Blame the Grey Bomb for that one.
Yeah.
Guys, I want to know from you, predictions, the next 2 episodes. I usually hate predictions, but there's only a few things or directions that we can go from here. I am so excited to have a huge either second last or last episode. I think these next 2 are going to be phenomenal, and I can't wait.
Yeah.
They're going to bring it.
Sorry, go.
I'm going to bow out of predicting lest I spoil something accidentally or intentionally. But I did say to one of my good friends, Paul, this week, we were talking about the show where we're in the gym, and I said, dude, stand by in these last 3 episodes.
Yeah.
I think it's all going to be forgotten how slow the season was. And it was a slow season. I just stand by. We got some stuff coming. And this is, wow, we got 2 more.
It's not, I don't think it's anything spoilery because I haven't read the books, but I'm excited to see Jorah fight in the pits.
That's what you're excited about out of everything?
Not out of everything, but I'm like, I'm curious to see where that story is going to go. Obviously, I kind of think that we're not going to see much from John in the next episode because I think we got so much in this one.
We got spoiled,
that we're not going to see much there. So that's where I'm like, I don't know what we're going to get because I have no idea.
You don't know, and it's fun. And then for all the year leading up to last year, they didn't release officially the title of episode 10.
Yeah.
Some saw it listed as Winter, and this week they released the title. It's called Mother's Mercy. I believe that's exact. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on exactly, but it's Mother's Mercy. And that opens up so much fun speculation. And that's when I told my friend, stand by. This is...
Jorah Babora, like whatever. I've got nothing for that. I would so much rather see Arya change face. I would so much rather see the dragons in action. What happened to Drogon?
Yes.
I want to know what happened, like how her relationship with these dragons are coming on. I'd rather see Dario's butt again. There's like so many other things that I'm super excited about.
Well, because I think that for me, that sequence would be one, finding out more about Jorah with the grayscale, because no one's talked about that to anyone else, where I'm like, at some point he's going to start spreading this to other people.
Well, then no one knows.
And it will be Dany with Tyrion in the pits and finding out what their interaction is, and Dario being there, and her new hubby, because is she going to get married? So there's a lot that feeds into that fight sequence, and it kind of reminds me of Spartacus, and I really like that show too. So
okay, all right. Well, guys, we have definitely gone over time, but really, really excited to be able to share our thoughts on this particular episode of the Game of Thrones. Not only this week, but every week. Actually, The Night is Dark is a really, really fun thing that we get to do, and I'm really glad that this is something that we can do, and not only for us to do this, but for you to join us each and every week. It means the world. You guys are so amazing. The way you contribute, I mean, I love reading the comments. Yeah, honestly, we're all in this for the love of Game of Thrones, and that's so important to everyone. And there's no trolls, just giants. Dun, 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 dun. So make sure you do subscribe to Geek Bomb's YouTube channel if you want the entire video in full. If you want the audio podcast, search the Knapsack Files on iTunes, Podomatic and Stitcher. And we also do bonus videos every single week on Tiffany's YouTube channel. If you can't find it, just use youtube.com/Tiffany M. Smith and subscribe to her channel as well. We're kind of competing with each other and we all want to be more popular than the other ones. So, man, that's why we gave you unique content so you can do all of it.
I've got no shot of being more popular than you two.
Stop it.
I'm just Jorah along for the ride here.
Oh, nice.
God, my hands.
Guys, we will catch you next week.
Get him out of my sight!
We will catch you next week for episode 9 of Game of Thrones. This is The Night is Dark.
And check out In Full of Terrors. And don't forget to kill the zombie kids.
Damn it.